What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, aka Straight Drop Jay, and you're now watching Reason Gang TV. So today we go over the Omega God of all synths, the VPS Avenger by Vengeance. Yeah, Vengeance also makes Nexus 3, which I previously went over in one of my other videos, just released a couple days ago. Avenger's been out for a little while, but Avenger, God of all synths, hands down my favorite. It has so many different types of modulation capabilities and editing capabilities. It's just out of this world. I'm going to tell you a couple things of what it can do. It has master mixer, it has master effects bus, it has crazy choruses, the sickest detuning unison I've ever used, crazy on saws. It has resampling engine, wavetable synthesis, granular FM and AM synth, editing capabilities. It has sampling, it has deep sequencing, it has a deep arpeggiator, crazy impulse reverbs, a modulation matrix fit for anything you want to do. It goes really deep as the abyss. It's a sound designer's dream. Now, alright, I haven't had this synth too long, but you can actually do anything you want. You can modulate your own waves, wavetables, waveforms, sample, anything. You can vocode in it. There's master filters, multiple filters. There's a crazy format filter effect knob that just modulates the hell out of any wave that you begin with, any oscillator sound that you begin with, modulates the hell out of it, and it sounds super nice and lush and still digital yet analog warm. Alright, what else does it have? It has crazy smooth silky filters, crazy effects, like I said, choruses, phasers, flangers, the impulse reverbs, the best on the market. I always say Vengeance, ReFX, to me they're the same company, even though they're separate legal entities. They have hands down the best impulse reverbs on the market, I believe. They sound crazy on bells. I'm gonna go through everything. I'm not gonna touch the resampling and the wavetables because it's a little complex the way you have to import them. They have to be on key, so you should use an oscillator, or you should use an external vocoder. That way they stay precisely on key, because in order for the wave tables to work correctly, they need to be exactly on key and mapped in at the same key. But anyways, even an amateur or a beginner could take this synth and go crazy, because the sounds that they give you, the preset sounds, are amazingly clean. But sound designers, jump in, because there's some new sounds that I'm gonna make out of this that are gonna drop the whole community on its face. And the new trap beats that people make with these packs that I'm gonna come out with, they're gonna be the sickest on the market. I'm confident, because I've been in this community of sound designing for years, close to professionally, I'd say 2012. So we're almost in 20, so that's almost 8 years of professional sound design and commercially releasing products. And this has just changed my world. I'm gonna dive deep into the VPS Avenger. Let's go and let's mess with this Omega God synthesizer. Let's go. We have this beast of a VST by Vengeance loaded up in the Reason rack. Now I recorded a little loop so we could go through all the dope features. This is the definition of power. I think this is the best synthesizer on the market. I've went through a lot of synths, and yeah, let's go through it. I'm gonna play a little loop I made, and I'll show you beginning from triple triggered bell, how we could edit a preset and go through everything. Let's go. Let me turn it down slightly. Okay. So we already see how clean the presets are. Let's turn off the effects. Now, we could start up here with the edits. Well, we'll start with level. We could go to voicing, change the unison. Crazy, crazy, nice, thick unison. Imagine how these will sound on leads and saws. Sick. I think we're gonna leave that one. Transpose, you already know what that does. Alright, so there's a noise generator. Different wavetables. X mid. We could choose from X side or X mid. The formant knob is sick. I played with this earlier. It sounds like it adds a multi-point filtered peaking resonance to create a formant filter. Honestly, this would sound good on choirs or creating choirs from pads and saws, but it gives an interesting effect. A sort of a digital nasal effect. Bits, rate, or both. To bring the bit down or high. Rate. Windowed sync add pure, or just sync add pure, different mix levels. This is very interesting on certain waveforms. It adds a crazy digital soundscape type fluidity. It's weird. I can't even pinpoint exactly what it's doing. It's sort of like a filter, yet very unique. AM adds a slight thickness. Rate. Oh, hell yeah. Just seeing the different levels of what we could do to this. And then it has a sub oscillator. Pick from sine, square, and different versions of the square. Of the sine. Saw. Triangle, square, saw, sine. Okay, now we have one oscillator. We went through one oscillator. Truth be told, you could add as many as you want. Another oscillator. And this is where we pick the waveform. Now this is not even with effects. Let's throw a little bit of this effect on it. Alright, the Oscillator 2 had the effects rooted in automatically, and this out effects goes right here. So this is without effects both. And let's turn this up so we can hear what's going on over here. When I engage the effects, you'll hear a big difference. See? Probably a little bit too much reverb. Alright, so this is insane, and we only went over the oscillators so far. Let's add a little bit of effects here. One of the things I always rave about is the impulse. It's a type of a reverb. And we could pick different effects here. I mean different impulse reverbs. Let's go down. Let's see what synth silky sounds like. That one sounds nice. Let's leave just this oscillator on. Now let's play with the impulses a little bit. Find something nice and big. What about Concert Cathedral? I like that. Play with the delay a little bit. The vintage chorus, you already know that's crazy. Lots of different presets. We could throw Vinylizer. Let's see what that's about. A little analog width. Alright. There's lots of effects. Compressors, stereo expanders, distortion, modulation, and delays. Now, there's another editing tool right here, the editor. This is where we pick different wave editing presets. You see how it's changing already? Clean overtones, dirty overtones. Dirty overtones plus source. Oh, that's smooth. That just became a serious pad. I think we're gonna hang on to that one. I like that one. There's an arpeggiator. We could engage it. Kind of subtle. Oh, there it goes. Sorry, I had to engage it. The darkness is real. Pulsing savagely with the subs. If you have a sub on, you're gonna hear thunder right now. Alright, well, it has a deep arpeggiator. Let's bypass this for a second. Drum sequencing. That's for the drums, which we will revisit later. Right now we're doing synth design. Step sequencing, we can sequence sort of like a trance gate. Speed. Very cool. Pitch, this is really interesting. Now check this out. Sorry, I was editing without the enabled button. Gives it like a dragging, dropping effect. And of course you can reverse it like that or with the flip. Lag, range, flip, key track, pitch bend, lag, up, down, pitch bend, portamento. This is crazy. I like portamento, especially for crazy synthesized sounds. It sort of just drags in between each different note. Alright, I'm gonna change the editor type just to change the sound up. Mod envelope. Lot going on right here. You see how deep this synthesizer can get? There's not one on the market that's going this deep. Just for instance, with mod envelopes, there's none. You guys could say serum complete, not complete. You could say serum, whatever. Omnisphere, nah, it's not doing what this is doing. It's not. Mixer, an extensive mixer. Oscillators, drums, and master. We can separately control the oscillators that we've created. We can pan them for width, mute, and solo. Amplifiers. Key mapping zones for when you want to perform. And system. Say I wanted to change the GUI. You just double click one of these, close and reopen it, and it will activate. Let's see if I could do this without losing my preset. Double click, okay, close and reopen. There we go. Dope GUIs, insane. Honestly, I I accidentally threw another GUI on. I like this one. Honestly, I could say there's no other plugin on the market that has this extensive editing, and I have not even went through everything. This has not only VA shapes, freeform shapes, wavetables, and the coveted resampling engine, which means you can resample anything you bring into here and basically create new synthesis from your own waveforms. You can create wavetables, which is an advanced version of waveforms, which is very complex because you have to record at a certain oscillating pitch for it to work correctly. But say for instance, if you use a vocoder in C, middle C, and it's trimmed correctly, and you bring it in, if you keep it at that exact middle C and key map it in at middle C, it will cut the waveform perfectly because it's at the C frequency and it knows it's at C, and it will cut it into a bunch of little waves, forming a perfect wavetable. Now, I will do a tutorial on that later. It's kind of extensive and you need to be advanced for it. But it's the top dog of dubstep, for example, with wavetables. And when you move the modulator, the wavetable morphing shape shifting knob, that's how you get the crazy dubstep sound. But yeah, you resample, you just drop it in here, drag and drop, and you cut and you begin your masterpiece. I could honestly say this is one of the dopest synths I've ever messed with. Okay, let's stop talking and let's get a little bit more into the other features. Of course, this is your librarian or your preset bank. Your content is over here. You pick your expansion and then you take it from there. And you go into here, your different types, and then your different sounds. Simple enough info about it, files, where they're at. Okay, amp. We know spike is transient. Pan, left and right, pan, key tracking. That's for whenever key you press it, it spreads it out. Spread is the stereo width or mono. The Haas effect. Attack, we know that brings up the envelope for a smoother pad-like sound. Hold is, it holds. Decay, we know what that is. Sustain, how long it sustains, and then the release. We have different filters. This is the master filter, I believe. Let's engage it. We might have to engage it. Oh, it's already engaged over there. So we could have the master filter on that and not this. Resonance. This is getting nice and dark. Drive. Little saturation drive. Envelope. Okay, the attack, hold, decay, sustain. That will be the master filter envelope. Shaper. This is gonna add harmonics. Or take away harmonics. Frequencies. Gains. Frequencies. Very subtle. And now we come to the Omega Mod Matrix. This is very cool. These are these are the destinations and these are the sources. So if you wanted to create some, basically what it is you pick something which is a source, and then you pick the destination what you want the source to edit or modulate. So I'll take you from the beginning. You could add something. Let's say let's make an LFO1. Let's make that control. Let's make it control the amp volume. So let's find the LFO right here. It's controlling the amp volume. However, we need to turn up the percentage for us to hear it. You hear it? All right, I put the rate up, so let's slow it down and you'll see it's controlling the amp volume. We can do that with an array of things. Grain position, general oscillator volume. We could there's so many different things. Wavetable resample, shape transform, oscillator sync, VSAW. It's limitless. This is the only other thing I would want would be the mod matrix window to be slightly bigger, but you totally don't need that if you just scroll through it. So we have our pitch, our mod, both routable to whatever you want. Macro button on off, we just gotta route that in the modulation. Looks like we have bell color rooted. And down here is basically your resampling engine. I'm not a master at this exact area, but I know it's very extensive. These presets here in the editor will give you some pretty complex editing tools. Say you wanted to add another oscillator, plus little sub oscillation, lower octave. Say you wanted a square. Say you didn't want this to be amped to the filter or the pitch or the effects. It's limitless. I'm gonna go through a couple of presets and we'll take it from there, and I hope you guys get the Avenger. It's insane. You can see how deep of a hole I just went into off of one preset. They give you crystal clean effect sounds, and you take it from there. Imagine taking a pad and going deep into the rabbit hole. Classic Vengeance pianos. Yeah, we're in the dance club. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I definitely did have fun making the sounds in this tutorial. Yeah, 10 out of 10. The VPS Avenger by Vengeance. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth tutorial on all the features of the VPS Avenger. It was really fun for me. I'm gonna put the link down in the description so that you guys could get it if you want. I think this is a sound designer's dream. I'm glad you guys hung out with me on this episode with my favorite synth. Remember, you're part of the gang, so like and subscribe. That's part of the initiation of the Reason gang. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys, and much love to the Reason community and the VST, FL Studio, Ableton, everything I didn't say community. I'll see y'all later. Till next time, it's your boy Straight Drop J's out. Salute.